Okay, so we're recording again, and this is going to be me going over the Devil May Cry 5 announcement trailer. This one's very controversial at the moment. I just thought I'd preface this by saying that apart from Devil May Cry 4, which I've completed a couple of times, I've not played any other Devil May Cry. I basically got into the series like really late. I didn't really have a PS2 at the time, so I couldn't play it on that. And then when it came out on the Xbox, of course, I thought, right, I'll have a go. And I really enjoyed it. So I've only played 4, I only know of 4, but I've looked at a little bit of history behind it and everything, and there's just something that irks everybody about this trailer. Now we're going to go through it, and I'm going to detail what I think it is from my perspective.
We've known each other a long time. Hold the line! Hold the line! Nothing gets through! You never had this much trouble. You gonna make it through this?
Now here's where things start to get interesting in the trailer. And the first shot we're going to get is of Nero. And Nero's definitely had his art style changed, to put it nicely.
They're demons! I've seen them with my own eyes! Red Crane is completely taken over!
Let us pray for mercy.
So there we go. Let's go back and see this. They're going for the new DMC Devil May Cry art style by the look of it.
For mercy.
So here's Nero and his supporting character. Nero's had his haircut, which is the most dramatic change ever that everybody's not used to, purely because he had longer hair and he looks a lot like the Dante from the DMC Devil May Cry, which did not go down well. It wasn't really well received in terms of storyline and the way that the characters talked. Instead, it was more to do with the gameplay that a couple of, like a handful of people enjoyed it. I'm obviously over-exaggerating. There are quite a few people that liked the gameplay, but story-wise, it wasn't amazing. Nothing to write home about, and the characters came off as a little bit... It's hard to just... I'm trying to put a word on it. The characters seemed really cocky and overconfident.
This is a trial from the heavens above.
So there we go, we got Rebellion, and we got a good shot of Nero here. Nero looks totally weird in this art style. I think, is it Rebellion for Nero? It's either Rebellion or Red Queen. I think Dante's is Rebellion, Nero's is Red Queen. I'm going to quickly look that up before I make even more of an embarrassment of myself. So let's just go here. There we go, Devil May Cry. Yeah, it's Red Queen. My bad. Because Red Queen has the ability to rev up and gain more power. So this is where we start seeing the side character who everybody's saying seems a lot like Cindy from Final Fantasy. I'd say that Cindy was a better character only because, and I'll detail it really later, but you'll see.
Hey, honey. Need assistance?
Hey, you have to hit every single bump in the road? Gonna ruin my groove! Cheer up, crew cut. You taking notes?
So far, gameplay looks really good. Looks the same. The art style's a bit of a weird change, but then we get to the meat of everybody's complaints with this.
Yeah, he's a real pro at smacking demons around. That's why I built him that well-functioning arm. To kick demon ass.
What? No chit-chat or monologue? Just getting right to the point, huh?
My brilliant badass This work is worth every dime, you know it. Cash first.
So, before we go over it, the most important part of this trailer is, like, right now, basically, we see Nero lose his arm from the 4th game. Basically, at some point when they're wandering around, he has his arm ripped off by the antagonist, and then gets thrown against the wall, and we can see the result here.
I've got a score to settle with that son of a bitch.
Devil May Cry.
The most shocking bit, before we go into the controversial bit, is the fact that we see Dante, who is an old man here. So that's unusual, seeing him with stubble. But yeah, the one thing that you can get from all of this trailer, let's just it's back here, isn't it?
Demon ass.
So let's just put it on here for the moment. The problem with this is that, like I said, with the DMC Devil May Cry game, everybody came across as very cocky and overconfident, and it seemed to be a little bit insufferable, to be honest. Dante in that seemed to be very unliked, purely because of his attitude and the way that it came across. And just seemingly openly swearing all the time for the sake of it. It sounded very, very childish. And then we have that similar style rubbing off in this trailer. It's okay when you have someone like Nero or Dante show off that kind of trait, as long as it's not overdone, purely because with their experience in hunting demons, they have the right to be slightly cocky, but not to the point that Dante was in DMC Devil May Cry. And then you have this completely new character who we don't know who it is yet. It's definitely not Kyrie by just the look of it compared to number 4 and the way that she talks, because apparently the voice actors are the same, especially hearing Nero be Johnny Youngbosh again, which is great. But with this new character, her entire persona throughout the trailer is that insufferable personality of, I'm badass, I did this. This is the reason why Nero's so good at fighting when he's not got his devil arm anymore. And that's all you hear mostly throughout the entire trailer, and I think that's what rubs people off the wrong way, because all it is just gloating. It's just gloating for the sake of it, with nothing really to back it up. Sure, there's the technology that helps Nero do his job, but apart from that, it seems really overdone, and to a point where it's really annoying, kind of like Dante was in DMC Devil May Cry. So that's what I think people are having problems with at the moment, because the character design doesn't look too bad, to be honest. It's just the personality and the way that they've cut the trailer. Hopefully when we see more of this in future, it isn't going to be that bad, but that's just my take on this. Anyway, till next time.